I think offense is lacking. I think that's the problem. I think defense is not going to be a problem. I think you'll find a good defense or a solid defense that will stall stuff later on. But I think offense is truly lacking. Hey guys, before we start the video, if you guys are interested in getting advice and help from me and other Summoners War players, feel free to join my Discord, where the link is in the descriptions below. Also, if you enjoy my content and want to support me, become a Patreon, where the link for it is also in the descriptions. Hey guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another account review. Today we are on MatchTV's account, who wanted a review regarding his arena defense and also getting into RTA because he is having a hard time getting back into Guardian. His best record was Guardian 2, but he seems to have problem getting back into G1. He gets attacked too much at the last minute. A lot of people experience that, so he drops down to P3. He also wants to know if there's any tips to improve his dungeon times because they are pretty outdated. We'll end it by looking into RTA. World Arena shows P1, and then it looks like he was in a G2 siege at some point. So Giants, okay, interesting team already. 30 seconds for Giants, 38 seconds for Dragons. If you have the Agrius, I'll use that. And then for Necro is a minute 3. Steel Fortress is 47 seconds. Is that Kiki? Damn. And then Pleasure Crypt is 56. He's doing R5. He's doing the Dimensional Dungeons. Perfect. First look at his runes. Actually, let's look at the Scout Battles, because this will tell us exactly his averages. 43 seconds for Giants. That's bad. 44 for Dragons. And then I guess he's not running Necro. A minute 16 for Steel Fortress, and then a minute 18 for Punisher Crypt. We'll take a look at his box and runes to distinguish if you get faster times. Most likely yes. Oh, sorry for my hair. Most likely yes. Due to the relics also, it's gotten a little easier to make all these speed teams. But let's take a quick look. For LD5s, he has Kiki, and I saw Ragdoll. Yep. For light, okay, he has Christine. I'll definitely use Christine in your defense. I think she is annoying. She has a great passive. She's only really weak against Oblivion, right? Or something that hits really, really hard multiple times. Yeah, we'll have to see. I tried making a Christine defense. I think I failed. He also has Benedict, which isn't that great. Wounsa. A Wounsa Christine might be doable. For wind, anything's missing that's pretty crucial. Orfina's pretty fun in arena defense. There's also Nobora that he's missing, Byung-Char missing, Layla missing. Okay, there's a couple things that he's missing actually. Yeah, he's missing a lot of stuff. He doesn't have Pung Beck. For water, he has the water Gandalf though. Lucky him. He has Gideon. No Perjanya. And no... okay, he has more water units for sure. Fire. Anything crucial for defense and RTA? No Carnal, unfortunate. Love Carnal. Fire Monkey is used less, so I don't think it's as important these days. But it does look like he is missing like bruiserish damage dealers for fire. Yep. He does have Fire Legolas though. Let's take a look at runes. Oh, I didn't look at the dungeon units. It's fine. We'll take a look then. 30, which could be 31. No gem nor grind, but this is an ancient rune. Holy cow. It's very cool. Very lucky. To easily put that 5. And then get rid of probably, flat HP because that's so low. Wow, it's unfortunate that this flat HP is very low. Maybe accuracy. If you put in accuracy, it's going to be extremely usable in like any unit. Wow, that's a beautiful rune to be fair. Another 29, that could be a 30. Again, missing grinds. R5. I'll work on R5. I'll perfect all these beautiful runes that you currently have. Okay, no gem. I'll get rid of crit damage. 26. Oh my goodness. There's really nice runes all around. And I could already tell you that your builds are going to be looking so much better if you get these to max. At least hero, and then something like this is worthy of getting legends all around, right? Yup. But rune quality looks very good already. I mean, and from the rune quality with that, I could tell you that your dungeon time should be in the 20-second range for especially dragons and giants. For Necro, it could be slower, and also I'm pretty sure you can make those artifact dungeons around the 30-second, 40-second mark, 30-second mark easily actually, and get that max scout feature. 29, 28, multiple 28s if you get a +5. Slot 3, a 32. Holy cow. So many awesome runes. I still see lack of grinds, lack of gems, so my point stands. I will do R5, I'll do Rift Raid. Despair, 25. Okay, Despair is a lot weaker on slot 1. Another 30, could be 30. Dude, a lot of quads. A lot of very good quads. But again, the problem with grinds is all around. Will, 29. Are you going to see another quad on this rune set as well? 25. No, it's probably the weakest set. It doesn't look like he's farming it much. And he told me he only farms giants and dragons, I think. Let me take a look again. Yeah, he only farms giants and dragons. Okay. But rune quality, very good. Just needs perfecting and using grinds and gems. So you actually have it easy. Let's take a look at his dungeon team. People usually don't like this part of it, right? If I have to go through it. So why is this not? So you don't need this. You don't need this either. You just need Luna and also Konomiya and you're done. Usually around 20-second easy. Yep. Where's the Konomiya? Perfect. Oh. What am I missing? What am I missing? Crap. I run the same team. Oh, Aprilia. So there's that. Easy 20 to 25-second run there. Again, I don't know why you're running this when you have Agrius, right? Yeah, it's right there. You have Tion. Maybe not. You don't have Tion. Crap. Or it's a 5-star. Okay, perfect. Oh no, it's fully skilled up. You need only 2 skill ups. I mean, 1 skill up on skill 2, sorry. So you need to build another Tion. Dova. Unfortunate. So Vermilion Dancer. Again, not built, so you have to build that. And then you have a 28-second dungeon team there. For Steel Fortress, also very easy. I think you go with the Shina stuff again. Shina, Martina. Oh, do you have Martina? Sorry, I might be spitting out some nonsense, but I don't know if you have Martina or not. If you have Martina, it makes it a little easier. Yeah, you do. Okay, perfect. So Martina, and then you have to build one of the Chun-Li's. I forgot what the name is, but there's the wind unit that can land the benefit block. And then you have a Brandia, which I know that you have. Yep, right there. So, I mean, I'll just add the deck with the units that you currently have. But I know that there are certain things you have to build, so it won't be a perfect deck. Yeah, so this team with that Wind unit right there, the Wind Chun-Li, will make it work. Maybe I should save it for all of his teams, just so that he knows what I'm talking about. Perfect. So for this one, he actually does have to Aprilia. So if you build this team correctly, it'll be easily a 20 to 23, 24-second run. And then fine for dragons, it was the Agrius, right? I can't... It's Julie Agrius, so let me see if I remember on top of my head. So, and then you finally need a Vermilion Dancer on for the last slot. So with these improvements, you'll easily get a quicker time. I forgot the last team here, like what makes a... Yeah, I can't recall right now. I think it's something with the twins, but watch Moses SW. He creates incredible dungeon teams that is probably the easiest to, well, not the easiest to make, but well, depending on where your account level is at. But I think currently with your rune quality, if you get most of the grinds, if you have most of the grinds, I think you have the rune quality to build most of these speed teams. So watch Moses SW. I can't remember on top of my head for here, but for this one, but I do believe it's a twin variant. Okay, let's go for his arena. I think he should be easily getting into Guardian. 16% defense. Okay, so he is using Christine. I don't know why he's using Chakra. It's not that great. I would want Christine to come back to life, so I'll put it next to Vanessa. It's pretty important. I'll make it triple shield here, at the very least. Now the question is, do you need Triton? Do you have Jin Kazima? Because Jin Kazima is annoying as hell. I wish you had him, because Jin Kazima is really annoying. I'd rather put Water Gandalf with this unit. Oh, do I need the Triton? Maybe Triton is needed. Especially if you're gonna go with the Vanessa. But then there's no kill potential on your team. I kind of don't like that. How about we go Vero? There's still no kill potential. It's very stallish though. You could try this, take this away, and then put in a unit that can bring in some kill potential. Even Leo is fine here. Make everything super tanky. And damn, this hair is killing me. Why is it so stuck up? It's crazy. Yeah, this will be our stallish type of defense. I might run this if I were you the last 20 minutes so that people skip you, because Christine itself is very strong. And if it's paired with Vero, if Vero resists, then even if they try to land Oblivion, this Christine survives, which prolongs the stall. But I guess if you only get wins during the week, because right now you only have 16% in C3, so it just tells me that your defense is really weak. You don't have some math. But you do have this, so then you could actually do this. I think it's stronger than the defense you're running, so try running that. And I will put this on Swift Will. For offense, okay, I like this offense. You don't have Pung Beg, so you can't make that. There's a reset, I don't like this one. Okay, I like this Kiki one. I think there's a lot of better ones. You don't have Erishion? If you have Erishion, you don't have to do this. Unfortunate that you don't have Erishion. If you had Erishion, very quick first turn team right there. Is that the best dot team? Do you have... Oh, you don't have Layla though. Oh, do you have Tricks at the very least? No, okay, then maybe not go with the dot team. Do you have Mugwang? No Mugwang either. Yeah, maybe this is your best bet then. But this should... Wait, you don't have a Chiu either? Chiu's better than Clara. You have Chiu, so why don't you use Chiu? That's a better team for sure. And if you have the rune quality, I actually would not want to go Escher. I would want to go Adriana. I understand. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. I mean, you're already getting outspeed by 33 leads anyways. And if you don't have Escher, the chance of you getting cut is much higher. If you want to make this team a little more safe, I would actually just add a Vero. I think Vero's better. But it looks like this is your main core team. And maybe that's why you're having a hard time climbing. Your offenses are pretty slow. Now, these down here all look like pretty slow offenses. I mean, it depends on how well your Aya works. Or you get a second Aya. If you have a second Aya, then this is like... well, obviously, it's ×2, right? It's usually twice as quick. I think offense is lacking. I think that's the problem. I think defense is not going to be a problem. I think you will find a good defense or a stallish defense that will stall stuff later on. But I think offense is truly lacking. So that's unfortunate. Do you even have... Actually, Zeros? You might not have to go Deborah on some of these. Yeah, you could maybe go even, let's say for this one, you don't need this. I mean, you're not outspeeding anything with the Tiana. Come on. You could just do this. Like, this might be just a better offense in general. Yeah, with this, with the Chiu. So, unfortunately, your box is really limited with the offenses. RTA, I mean, with your rune quality, you should be easily outside of plus 1,000. Win rate is a little low, 52%. You played in 91 games. Monsters, not a lot. It's a small box, but you could tell that the builds are extremely inefficient. Man, I'm like a freaking bird. Extremely inefficient. Reason why is super squishy. Okay, you focus a lot of attack. I think a lot of people don't know this, but many people that use first turn units don't get their damage from attack. It's usually from stats, and they get a lot of additional damage using their artifacts. That's where most of their damage is coming from. So I think you should do that. By doing so, you can make your Shu much tankier, but still output almost the same amount of damage, or even more, depending on how good of an artifact you get. And you could allow it to survive even longer. Chakras on Swift, it looks like. Zima, a lot of Swift stuff. I think I would kill a lot of the Swift stuff. I would kill the Will on Shumar, especially if you want to make it go first. You don't need Will. But right now, this speed, I understand, it might not be going first, so you give it Will. Kiki on Bio Will. Aya, Bio Nam. Yeah, I definitely think a lot of this is efficiency issues. Reason why I think it only makes sense for you to continue working on grinds and gems. I think your builds could look a lot better, so much better, if you could give a lot of these runes that were nice, legend grinds and legend gems. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to get plus 10s and plus 13s, right? But I'm saying that you want to get something that's higher than plus 7. Oh, yeah, this is super squishy. That's really bad. Really bad Ethna too. Yep, I see the problem. First of all, you're not grinding and gemming to their max potentials. And second of all, you're not even probably using your best runes. So, well, maybe you are actually. Maybe you are. Then more likely it's a grind and gem issue. Definitely a grind and gem issue. And right now, maybe you're focusing too much on speed and negating the importance of other stats. Because I see a lot of decently fast stuff, but the stats overall look pretty lacking. Yeah, I think I also see too many Swift stuff, and like make sets. I think sets are better, especially things like Juno. Like a revenge set is so much more helpful than a broken set. Riley, I think you have to tone down the speed on most of your units, and you could share those. You could share the runes that you're not using to other units that actually do need the speed and also the stats, so that overall the builds look better. Yep, I think that's what I think that's my take. I think the box itself is fine. It's just that the runes are really lacking. Not the basis of the runes, but the work on it is not being done. So that is it for this review, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I think this account easily can improve his dungeon times easily into the 20-second range for the main 2. And the artifact dungeon should also be within the 40-second range so that he can max out that scouting potential. His arena, unfortunately, the offense side does look a little lacking, but defense looks okay. I think he has the rune quality and the units to make a stallish defense. But again, for a stallish defense, I do want to emphasize the importance of the grinds and gems because you have to make their builds really, really tanky, meaning it all comes from stats. Well, everything comes from stats, but you know what I mean. And then finally for RTA, again, we were able to exploit, he exploited himself that the builds looked really lacking. Because he focused so much on speed, all the other stats looked relatively weaker for his rune quality that we've seen. Well, I guess overall, his speed looked a lot better. And then because he wasn't grinding and he wasn't gemming, the other stats were lacking compared to it. So yeah, work on grinds and gems. I think that's the first priority. You had great runes. Your bases of them were really good. I just think that they need to become better. And it's easy for them to become better because relatively it is much easier to get a grind than to get a better rune with a triple quad ruin speed. So work on that and I think you will climb easily. That was it for this review, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want account reviews like this, please join my Patreon. If you guys want account improvements where I use swap to find your best builds, please join my Discord, fill out the Google form, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.